I'm here with Glen, Ellis, who started the night at BATTLEZONE 15. We're about to get started, we're getting set up here in the background. But we wanted to just pay a little bit of attention on the medical side of these amateur MMA shows, just so that you can kind of get an insight into how well run everything and how safe everything's run. So, Glen.
Hi, how are you doing? Lovely to meet you.
Pleasure, lovely to meet you.
Thanks for coming over to see us.
Not at all, not at all. So explain to our viewers what they can see behind us here in the ring.
Okay, well, one of the key things, messages that we try to get across on tonight is a lot of work gone on before tonight. So we've had to make sure all our fighters get an annual medical, all the fighters have had blood tests and results back before tonight's show. So that's the first part of Code Blues on the interaction with BATTLEZONE. Andy deals with us to make sure all the fighters have got appropriate blood tests and we look after them. Then we have to get all the relevant equipment and the important equipment that's required to run a show like this. We have to make sure instead of looking for something, we're actually looking at it.
Okay.
So the amount of equipment we would bring to a smaller show, and the show like BATTLEZONE, is similar to what we bring to UFC and similar to what we bring to BAM. So we carry such drugs, I mean you can see the list of drugs on the box that's beside it there. Yeah, we deal with any cardiac arrest, any kind of advanced life support intervention that has to be done. We're all familiar with what happened last Saturday night in London. So this bag here is our rapid sequence intubation bag. So contained in that are specialised drugs that we can use to actually paralyse a fighter, take control of their airway by putting a tube down into their throat and actually breathe for them to allow their brain to relax so it can deal with other things, and then we can remove them to an appropriate neurological centre which is close by in Glen Hospital. Wow. That patient then is transferred with a doctor and also an advanced paramedic to deal with the patient. So the bits of equipment that we have, people may say we carry so much, but we've got to make sure we have every eventuality covered we can.
Obviously, you know, with MMA, it is the sport that it is, we are going to see some injuries, but obviously better to be safe than sorry. How often do you see a very serious case come into?
I'm going to touch the floor because it's the only wooden thing around at the moment.
Don't touch my head.
Not very often. Not very. I mean, we've been covering MMA the last 3 years now, and we haven't come across a serious injury. Thank God. That's not to say it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. No one can deny it's going to happen. We've just got to make sure we have the correct people and the correct facilities here. So for a pure example tonight, we have a consultant in emergency medicine, we have a specialist registrar in emergency medicine, we have an advanced paramedic, pre-hospital emergency care, qualified advanced paramedic. We have a paramedic team then as well that go along with that advanced paramedic. So we're covering all corners in case things serious thing. But true, very, very lucky, nothing has happened.
Nothing serious. Well, that's great to hear. Talkers, before we let you go, because I know that everyone's here waiting to come in and get set up and get ready for the show, but before we let you go, talk us through the actual, your involvement here tonight, as in with the fighters. They fight and then is it pre-medical?
Yes. So every fighter who arrives tonight will get a pre-fight medical done to safe MMA standards. Okay? We feel it is through IAPA and ourselves have recognised the safe MMA pre-fight medical as being one of the most appropriate medicals we can carry out for every fighter. Amateur and pro get the exact same test done on them before they start. Then what will happen is we'll have crews ringside. A doctor and a paramedic will escort those fighters back after each fight, which leaves a medical team cage side still, while the other team has gone back with the fighters to do a post-fight analysis backstage. If we find anything that's serious, we can then transfer them over to the local hospital to be dealt with, okay, from a neurological perspective as well. On top of that then, what will happen is we have information. So we've got like information head injury, information fractures, that sort of stuff that fighters can take away with them. And then sometimes if we have a fighter who's serious injured, we will follow up directly a couple of days after to make sure. So we carry them not just from before the fight, but during the fight, after the fight, for the next couple of days. And then we'll recommend suspensions on the back. We will give our suspensions to the IAPA, who will then agree with us or disagree with us. More likely they'll agree with us, and we'll give it 28 days to 45 days for suspension, depending on the injury sustained.
Perfect. I mean, for me, from my experience coming to the shows and seeing the work that pro do, I feel in safe hands and I'm not even fighting. But for somebody out there, and we'll leave on this, for someone out there that says that it's a dangerous sport and they might not want their children or their family members to get involved, what would you say to them?
What I'd say to you is, MMA is like any sport. Rugby, GAA, hurling, squash, tennis, hockey. Like any sport can bring a head injury. It's what's by the sideline looking after your children and your family members what's important. We have set a standard very, very high looking down here. We're aiming for the best standard. There's not many people I think can beat the level of safety, cage side and an MMA fight. Any other sport.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much. I know you're up to your eyes busy. As your eyes run around handing you documents the whole lot here. So listen, thank you very much.
And thanks for coming over to see as well.
It's great for for our viewers. I can't wait for them to be able to see this element as well. Because that's what our show is about as well, to see every element of an innovation. So
great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the show.
Thanks so much. Cheers. Thank you.